Hey guys, it is time yet again for another Humankind Dev Diary, so let's get into the juicy details. So this is another very small dev diary, if you can even call this that. It's more of a long, lengthy dev comment, but I'll take what we can get. Since this is consistent feedback, far more consistent than what we got previously with the Vitruvius update. So I like to see that the devs are changing their strategy, even if we are not getting lengthy, detailed posts on it. Regardless, we do have some changes here to urban planning, stability with a new UI tooltip, pollution, and then being able to actually upgrade or refurbish city centers, which was a big demand that some players made. I personally don't really mind. It's fine by me. I actually like having some of the older buildings around. I know it looks a bit silly, but I like seeing the cultures and how far the empire has kind of come along with the different palaces. So the first thing we got to talk about is the new urban planning. So something that they did and something that is kind of massive. It's just such a little change, but it is so nice. This has probably been one of the biggest requests aside from bug fixing, and that is a plus 15 industry. You can see this here. We're like, what is that plus 15 industry? It's actually the tooltip they've added. So now when you click on improvements or infrastructure, you can see just how much the infrastructure will contribute to your city. This is kind of a bit hidden. I'd like to see a little bit more details in terms of coloration, maybe a bit more color coding on their part to make this more well seen, because it is right at the bottom end of the art here, or the whatever pop-up, whatever you call this. So that could use a little bit of improvement, but maybe just, if the devs are even watching this, move the turn time a little bit to the right or the left, and then put that plus 15 industry or whatever is their X, or the variable, and then just put it right next to the time limit. I think you could probably fit it in there and just make it the size of the time limit tooltip. You don't have to get rid of it, but just like make it easier to see so you don't have to actually hover over the tooltip. So one other cute thing is that there is a surplus. You can see now there is a lot of information with these new tooltips, but it's really nice for those players that are more involved. You can now see your surplus. For example, this is the stability surplus, and that is plus 18%. So now you know roughly how to kind of plan around with your different districts and just managing your stability in general, which can be a bit of a hassle for newer players. Finally, and then again, we have some modding details. You can see there we have the new, it says work in progress too. So some of these things are subject to change, but it seems like with the refurbishment and everything, they are taking small steps, but still very important steps. The UI overhaul is probably, with the tooltip, that's probably the most significant thing we've had in weeks or even months. So that is really, not that that's saying much, but that is really something. So I'm really glad we have that. But if you guys want to see any improvements, let me know in the comment section. And then you can also comment here on the Games Together website. I'll link that in the description below. But thank you guys so much for watching. A rather short dev diary here, or dev comment. But it says part 1 of however many. So maybe next week we'll be back here with part 2. And hopefully they add some new things like balance changes. I don't know. We're going to need to cross our fingers because they haven't said anything about that just yet. But it's been on the itinerary, so I hope it comes soon.